Okay guys, we're going to do a real quick video. I just received my Maverick and we're going to do a quick video on installing the Slug power kit. Kit comes with a pin probe, a heavier hammer, and for the 22 version it also comes with a sleeve that goes over your pin probe and converts it to 25 cal. I don't like to sit through long ass videos about how to install stuff, so we're going to do this real quick with a lot of cuts. Okay, first thing, you're going to take out this and this. You're going to need a set of metric Allen keys, so let's do that. Okay, we've got the chassis off, just 2 screws and it pops right off. You kind of have to slide it like this. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the power adjuster. There's a little ball bearing in there, so be careful not to lose it. It's just an Allen key to the back and it all comes out. So we've got the adjuster off. You can see the tiny ball bearing. It's just sitting there with some grease and that's what's holding it in. So then you want to remove your spring retainer. That's that. Okay, so here's my spring. I'm going to carefully dump out my hammer. Okay, so there's the stock hammer. It's like 7 grams and it cannot open the valve when you've got like 150 bar on it. So to get that slug power, you need to slap a new hammer in there. So this is the one that comes with the kit. I weighed it, it's 13 grams. So 13 versus 7, quite a chunkier hammer there. So all you do is put that in the front of your spring, put that back in here. This has a little sprue on it that only can go in one way. And so let's just put that back in very easily. Okay, just like that. My ball bearing's still held in with grease. And usually when I take this off, I have the adjust hold down. It really doesn't matter too much as long as you don't lose that ball bearing. You're good. So we'll just screw this guy back in. Just to explain what I did, it's that screw, take off the adjustment, watch out for the ball bearing, take out the little hammer retainer and the spring, and then just replace your hammer. Super easy. Then all we're going to do is put this back on with the 2 screws that we removed. Now we've got the hammer installed, I've got the chassis back on. The next thing you're going to need to do is remove your barrel, and that'll allow you access to the probe in there. We're gonna have to take off the cheek piece, and there's 1 screw that holds that probe in there. We're gonna knock it out real quick here. Okay, so to take the cheek piece off, it's just simply taking these 2 screws out, and that'll drop the cheek piece. It's this screw up front where the Allen key is. Sometimes this larger set screw is pressing down on the barrel. In my case, it's not. All this does is I think it just kind of seals up the chamber. So it's you might not need to mess with that. In my case, I don't. So I'll simply take this out, and then the barrel will slide right out. I'm not even going to take the barrel fully out. I'm just going to leave it like that because I'm pretty sure I can get to the pin probe from there. The next thing is to get the correct Allen key for your slug probe, or for your pin probe. That bad boy comes out. Do not lose this. It's a specialty screw and it's kind of a long boy. Okay, the next thing is to just pull the probe out the front like this. That's why you removed your barrel. So that's the pellet probe. It just has a hole in the bottom and air shoots out the front. The slug probe is has a lot more air to move around it, and it has an O-ring seal, so it'll get you a little bit more power. I'm going to adjust this pin. Since I don't have a lot of experience with this part, I'm just going to make these even. My fear is that when cocking this, if the Maverick, when this is too far out, I want to make sure I'm able to have it clear the magazine. So I'm just going to make it the same length as this, and we're going to try that. Okay, so what I just ran into is, for whatever reason, my pin probe that I got from FX has too small of a hole to fit this. Rather than bothering with trying to return it, I'm just going to go hit the drill press. So let's do that. Okay, so unfortunately the slug probe I got from FX was not nicely machined and chamfered like this one is, and there was some burrs in there, so I actually had to hit it with the drill press. I think it was like a 4mm or so, maybe 4.5 drill bit, but it drilled through now smoothly, and now we can fit the cross bolt through. So good to go, and we'll install it here in a second. All right, so to install this, it's just going to go back through the breech, keeping an eye on that hole because that's going to be off to the side a bit. We're just going to push it in, and then if you want to take a look down there, I've got it lined up in there, and then we're simply just going to hopefully have it fit through this time and screw it in. Okay, feel a little bit of resistance and stop. Very carefully with because you're not supposed to fire these with the barrel out. I'm just going to check, make sure okay it cocks, uncock it, and I'm going to slide my barrel back in. I'm going to actually cock it so my probe is away from the barrel. Put the safety on. And also I do have the Earnest Row. It came on my Maverick with pellet hole on the top, and then if I show you the slug port, so there's the slug port with the little bridge on the bottom. That is dope that it comes with this out of the factory, because that otherwise you're gonna have to pay 50 bucks for that part. So just slide it back in, make sure it seats all the way, go back to this Allen key, make sure it's really nicely seated, and then crank this, because this is the only screw that holds in your barrel, so get it kind of pretty tight. All right, so other than putting this back on there, that's it. So again, hammer, take off the chassis, pull off the power wheel, swap the hammer, and then just do that, and that's it.